Welcome everybody to the BA OpenLab Talks, to the session Hackathon, the good, the bad, and the ugly, or in short, how Hackathon could change your life. So, and right now, I'd like to give the stage to Liga Pieseniece, who is the rector and associate professor of Bank School at BA School of Business and Finance.
Good evening. It's a great pleasure to be here with you. This is the third or not fourth online event of Open Lab. And yeah, we had 4 events. The first was given by HR professional about growth mindset. The second one was about the alumni story cast print. The third one was about the customer service, which was given by professional. And now it's time for student. And it's good that all these events were focused on the development of our students, academics, alumni, and friends. And it's so great to see that now we have about 29 participants at this moment. I hope that more will join us. And I would like to say a big thank you to Karlis, to our student, for initiative to share his experience. And I am sure that this evening will be very interesting. I am very excited, and thank you for possibility to be with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Liga. And now let's give a stage to the students of BA.
Well, hi, my name is Manjinder. I'm from New Delhi, India. I've been here almost a year now, and it has been a fantastic experience here in Latvia.
I am here in Latvia because actually I'm in this country since more than 10 years, and I got used to Riga as my hometown, and I have selected this school because I'm attending the Master Degrees program for International Banking and Finance, which is quite cool as the lessons are every second or third week and for 4 days, and it fits very good to my working schedule. And also content-wise, it's very interesting as they are specialized in banking and finance issues, but focusing also on up-to-date issues.
I like about Latvia that it's a mixture between the ancient history and the modern civilization, and that the people of Latvia help foreigners adapt into the atmosphere.
Yeah, I know for other people maybe Europe is like England, Spain, Portugal, France, but Riga, Latvia is also Europe, and it also contains all the European standards of education, and I thought that it will be really brilliant idea to study in Riga, because education is really awesome and really marvelous that I can't imagine. So
they pick up you from the airport, and right away they pick you up to our school. Our school provides a dormitory for students, so you have just several steps to go below and to have your studies. So it's really convenient for students, and the prices are really affordable for students. Yeah.
The program that I'm following is really good because I'm getting the 2 degrees at the same time, because this program is combined with the Swiss Business School, so I'm getting the Bachelor of Finance and the Bachelor of Business Administration at the same time.
I like the School of Business and Finance and Studies in Latvia because it is target-oriented, and it is more specialized to profession, and afterwards, after gaining my education, I can work easily in Europe as a high qualified businessman or just accountant in these professions.
For me particularly, it's not that difficult to adjust speak in English, so there was no problem. So same goes for the teachers, more or less. I thought they would be struggling, but that at the end of the day, whatever they teach, they know what they're teaching, so that works really well here.
I like BA school. Education and professors are really excellent and really brilliant. And BA not only offers just education, they also offer some other activities such as sport activities, some festivals. As I'm really interested in dancing, they also offer some dance activities to participate.
If I say a person goes to United States or UK, he would have a lot of other areas to concentrate, and he would not be truly focusing on the studies. But here, when they come, they would have an opportunity of like staying in a very peaceful, as I said, environment, and very close to nature, which definitely builds another type of strategy in your mind in order to go ahead and like focus more on your education.
If you would like to enhance and surpass your entrepreneurial skills and to be really good at business and finance, you should come definitely to BA School of Finance and to discover everything by yourself.
Okay, and right now I'd like to give a stage to Lilith Sparane, who is Director of Business Process Management Program, and also she is responsible for OpenLab.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Karlis. Thank you, Liga, for introduction. And it was nice to see video with so many students in our premises, and like we used to have it. And so I really sentimentally hope that we will come back to the at least some part of normal. Yeah, I'm not going to talk along, but there are a few slides what Karlis has included about our new business process management program. Karlis, you can surely proceed with those slides, as I just want to mention that.
Okay, I will do my best.
No, you don't have to talk, but you just press next slide. I will present slides, but you just go to the next slide. Yeah. Business process management, it's a very brand new program, updated from the previous entrepreneurship management. And now why I am just introducing with this program, because next slide, you can go to the next slide. So this is something what we try to put a new things inside. And this means that we are trying to understand and to follow and to introduce all new things which are in a labor market to our students. Go to the next slide. And also this would mean you can create when you are learning and studying, or afterwards, and also you can lead. So you can become a leader, you can become a creator, whatever you are going to be, HR manager, marketing manager, or enterprise manager. But hackathons, it's a must have during a study process. And next slide, please. And this is what we say. This is also unique, because nowadays hackathons are very, very, very popular and getting even more popular. And our students learned already about hackathons even before this program was started, so that our lecturers and the professors and guest lecturers from the sector, they always were inviting students to join hackathons. And because these kind of things are teaching us a very, very great approach how to become familiar with user needs. That's what I'm saying. Next slide, if there is any. So that within the hackathon, you learn a teamwork, but also within our program, when you are studying, you will learn a teamwork, you will learn self-awareness, critical thinking, leadership, change management, of course, the business and the finances, and the English as must, and all of those. So these are just some numbers you will hear when you join Open Doors. I'm not going to talk about this, but I just want to say that in case you are interested to study and to see how much we can do also during study process, you can join us. And Karlis, probably you can tell a little bit even more during your presentation. How do you feel when you study distance learning? Because Karlis is like from the first group of our students who are having this opportunity to learn via distance learning. Nevertheless, we all now are
Okay,
working
I'll
via
say
distance.
it's a
This
great program. I like it. I like my class students, and everything is great. I like it.
Thank you,
Okay,
Karlis. Go
thank
ahead.
you.
Thank you.
Okay, and now stage is mine. So, welcome everybody. My name is Karlis, and today I will tell my story about the hackathons, and today I will represent more the WindHackers. So first of short about me, I'm a serial entrepreneur, IT professional. At the moment also I'm a mentor and coach of the startups. I really like customer-centric and design thinking approach, and I'm a hacker. And I really believe that we should be creative, we should work together, and we should be excellent. And this is one of the reasons why I decided to continue improve my education and went to the BA school. Yes, and I participated in more than 50 hackathons, and I will share my experience in a few minutes. And then some people ask me, Karlis, why you are all the time in the hat? And the story is like few years ago, my smart ear start to lift my dumb head, and I decide probably I could put the hat on my head and it will help me. It doesn't. Then I say, okay, that's life. But the habit to wear the hat is still there, and I like hats, and that's my one of that's part of me. Okay, and yes, there is a lot of people who are asking why. Actually, I dream of things that never were, and ask why not. And before we continue, I would like to ask you to a bit interact with us. And could you please open on your phones or on your devices this slido.com and enter this address, slido.com, and the number is 36211. And just say, where are you from? Riga. Hello, Riga. How are you today? It's a bit cold outside. Malpils. Hello, Malpils. Nice to meet you. Tallinn. Hello, Tallinn. Livani. Hello, Livani. Okay. Okay, we have a Togo. Hello, Togo. So we are quite international crowd today here. And let's go to the next slide. And could you please answer to this question? What is your current experience with the hackathons? 50-50, who is the winner? Ah, the hackathon, no. Okay, okay. Okay, let's wait another. Great. Actually, I'm happy that the people who never went to the hackathon are more there, because that's for you. But even you are quite experienced hacker, I think this will be useful for you too. Good. Let's go further. So, in short, the organization I represent the WindHackers, which is the community for innovators and entrepreneurs to learn, create, and share. And at the moment, we have more than 1,000 people in our community, and we are supported by many partners in Latvia. And always I say, let's start with why, and why this community. And actually, the reason is to give everyone a chance to make our life better and meaningful. And how we do that, we generate new innovative ideas and unite people around them. And our aim is to create environment to happen that. And what we do practically, we organize hackathons, meetups, community events to let people meet, learn, and create. And the key is we believe that learn by doing is the best teacher. And regarding the hackathons, last year we organized three hackathons. One was the game hack, all around the game development. Then there was a sex hack, all about the sex and health education and safety. Then we organized another niche hackathon, which was the sport hack, which was really an interesting hackathon. There was people from all around the world. And as I said before, I participated in more than 50 hackathons, but not as as a participant, but also as a mentor, as an organizer, as a judge. So I wear all of the possible hackathon hats. And if we come to the first question, what is the hackathon and what is all about? And the name itself came from two words. It's a hacker plus marathon. And that's why it's a hackathon. And hackathon, normally it's 48, but probably it could be also 24 hours. Sometimes it goes even weeks or months, but classical hackathon, it's the 48 hours, starts at Friday, ends at Sunday. And the people come together to find solution for various challenges. They build stuff, test it, talk to customers, and define how they will earn the money or how the project could be sustainable. And actually, hackathon is a sprint because you do a lot of things in the short time period. And now I would like to show the short video to just explain how things is going on the hackathon. And this is the hackathon I participated. It was about the virtual assistants, chatbots, and etc. And here you will see how it looks like. So on the Friday evening, many people come together, students, professionals, and the organizers define the challenges. What all this hackathon is about. And then there is some brave people who come to the stage and pitch their ideas and try to convince other people to join the team. So there is like the matchmaking and team formation process. And then they start to work. During the hackathons, always there is a mentors who help teams to deliver better results. And so this is kind of co-creation with the mentors. So teams work quite hardly through the night. They work. When they're quite tired, they sleep a bit. Then they wake up. They continue to hack. Continue to talk to customers, mentors. And on the Sunday, Sunday afternoon, there is a the pitch that every team, normally in 3 minutes, tell the story, what's done, what's their idea and project is all about, and that there is a judges who judge them. Of course, then there is the winners, losers, and everybody's happy. Yes. So in short, the hackathon timeline, how it looks like, it's, as I said, normally the one day before the hackathon, there is onboarding and matchmaking for the teams. The next day, there is a Friday when it starts. At the beginning, team defines the challenge and they set the goals. On the Saturday, The part of the team work on the prototype, on the technical part of the project, and the part work on the business part of the project. And on the Sunday, as I said, afternoon, they go to the stage, and in a short time, which normally is 3 minutes, they pitch their idea, and that's it. And who normally participates on those events? And there is two type of people. The one is the motivated students, and I can say that 98% of the hackathon participants are doers. There is probably 1 or 2 people in the hackathon who blame for something, and that is great, because the people who are around you, they are really motivated to do things, and less talking and more doing. So there is those new motivated students, and there is another category, and those are like the high professionals who work in big corporates, and they don't have any more kind of challenge in their workplace, and they're looking for new ideas. And I saw my experience then that like the new students and new people found like the really high level professionals come together and build great things. If we talk from the profiles perspective, then usually there is like the developers, business people, and designers. And the team size, normally optimal team size is 3 to 6 members. If it's if it's a bigger, then there is a lot of challenges I will explain a bit later. And small off the pick, if you look at our logo, actually it consists of 4 colors, which is the SMIC. And from the SMIC, we can create any color in our life. And actually the idea is that if we mix all those competencies, we can do anything. Okay, now I would like to show you one real case, which is the Mo-App story. It's a winner from our last Sex Hackathon. And I will show what's done and what was the result. Because during the hackathon, you do a lot of the stuff. And I would say this is the perfect story. It's not always like that, but I will show just how it looks like. So what is about? It's educational app for periods. And the team, first of all, they defined all those important questions: why, how, for who, and they have a clear picture why they are doing what they are doing. So this was the first where they started. The second, they analyze the market. So what are the competition, and do not afraid from competition. Actually, competition could be inspirational for you, but do not copy. You should, if there is a competition, you should answer first of all for yourself, and of course for the customers, how you are different. And if you will go to the investors and they will ask, is there a competition? And you will say no, they will be say, probably you are only one who want to do this thing. So do not afraid from competition. Use this as inspiration. So the next part, they created the prototype. As you can see, they really built everything from the scratch. And what was interesting, that this team really met first time at the hackathon from 4 different countries. And there was one field expert, there was designer or 2 designers, there was a business people. And you can see how they start just with the hand drawings, and then they come to the real prototype. Yeah, there was like the great designer who thought about all colors and etc. And now you will see what was the result of that team.
At the beginning of March, we entered the lockdown, and from that day, 3 friends of my 10-year-old niece got their first period. Because of isolation, my niece and her friends can share their experience, and their parents are working remotely, disconnected from other adults who can help them cope. So having conversation about menstruations, it's probably not the first priority nowadays. But note, still in 2020, over half of the people who menstruate, 58% to be more precise, say that they have felt a sense of embarrassment or shame when they got their first period. And we're talking about a lot of people here. That's why we created Mo, an app where kids can easily learn and understand all the changes their bodies go through before and after menstruation. So they perceive it as a normal and natural thing and not as a taboo anymore. And why such a product, you may be wondering? because we want to end for once and forever the cycle of secrecy, shame, and misinformation about menstruation. We strongly believe that with the right tools and a positive approach, teaching kids to view menstruation as what it really is, a healthy, normal part of life, will be a piece of cake. Now meet Mo. Mo is young, it's friendly, and it's fun to play with. Mo walks with your kids hand in hand through the menstruation journey, gives good advice, and makes the experience of menstruation as natural as possible. It also lets you send knowledge challenge to your parents and friends. Cool, right? Now let's see Mo in action. The user will need to select if they have menstruated or not and their age, and based on that, there will be a flow or another. They will meet Monica. They can tap on Monica's body and see if they want to learn or play. In this case, they want to play. They can select the first level of the game. They have to dare their parents and see if they know what the PMS is. Check the answer. They will get the correct content. In this case, it was correct, and they can collect the template and save it or share it for later. To validate our product, we conducted UX research, both quantitative and qualitative, and not surprisingly, I must admit, we confirmed that there is actually a need for such a digital product. From our market research, we found out where we could position ourselves in the market, launching a digital product for kids aged 8-13, content-based and not so childish. We corroborated it by creating a landing page with the core campaign of Mo, just to check if it raises interest, and in only 12 hours, we've got 50 subscribers. In regards of the monetization of the app, we decided on using the freemium business model. That is, that our free app version will have the main features to ensure quality understanding about the topic through the game journey and the play mode, their mode. But the paid version will have some value-added services too, such as the community, access to experts and users, and the online workshops. Now meet the positive period gang. We're just a group of people that want for future generations to be period positive, so they have never to experience the period shaming. During this hackathon, we brainstormed, we did our research, we managed to prepare a prototype or our MVP, and we validated our project. Now for our next steps, we need to develop the second flow, turn the prototype into a real app, polish our business idea, and find a specialist for the trustful content. Thank you very much.
So, and this was just 3 minutes, and there was everything was needed for the hackathon. It is really good example how to do the pitch. Okay, let's go to the next things. So, if you would like to go to the hackathon, how to prepare for the hackathon? This would be a nice question. And first is define your hackathon goal for yourself, probably for your team. Why you go there? Would you like to learn? Probably you would like to win, which is not granted. And but in general, it would be great if you have kind of picture, but in the same time, have an open mind and be ready for crazy journey. I would say so. The next thing is do some research. Why it's important, especially you have if you have a new idea and you try to convince people to join your team, then there will be for granted questions. I already saw something similar, and etc. And you should be ready to answer those questions. And if you have kind of name of the project, then also just Google the topic, like the general trends. But in other hand, do not over prepare. I was in the hackathon where like there was a great idea. I joined, and then I found out that this team leader and idea author, he did already everything, all research, everything. And so it was a bit strange because in one moment was, oh, what we should do if you know everything. So just Google general topics and etc. And if we come back to the goal is very important if you have an existing project, because you should have concrete plan what you would like to achieve. If you are idea author without the team, then prepare 30 to 60 second pitch. So you should explain in short what's all about. The second thing is, if you would like to join some team, then also prepare a short pitch about yourself, and it will be easier to convince that you are the right person to join or right person to create some things together. And always start with why. Do not say, we would like to build an app. Start with, we would like help people or solve that question. And for that, we will build an app or platform, and etc. This is just how people hear you and how they understand what it's all about. And if you will start with this technical part, with the what, then it will be hard to convince people that they should join your team and work for you for next 48 hours. Then, okay, you are a bit prepared. You have a short pitch. You have a short plan in your head. And then hackathon starts. So what to do and not to do during the hackathon. And the first thing is there is a hackathons where just new ideas can participate, but we usually organize like the 2 tracks where new ideas and work in progress project ideas work in parallel. Also, I personally, I joined in one hackathon to the team, and at the beginning they said this is a new idea, and only Saturday at the noon and I figured out that actually that's not new idea. They already have prototype, they already have everything. They came just to the hackathon to promote their project, and this is not fear from other teams, for specifically for the team members. And when you join the team, then just clarify so what's done before. Otherwise there will be tricky questions and could be tricky situations if you join to the work in progress project and they say it's a new idea. So just ask questions and find out. Then when you start, then very important point is team alignment. So what is important, a keyword like this, there is a set common goals. And when the team is formed, then just sit together, an online, like in a Zoom or other virtual tool, and just talk. Introduce yourself, say why you came to the hackathon, what you would like to do, what your skills, and how you can contribute to the team. So this is very important starting point, and I really, really recommend. Otherwise, there will be a lot of challenges later. Then there's another very interesting situation, especially when there is a kind of idea author. He used this my attitude, and you can easily, if you mentor the team, and you can hear how people how team member speaks. He said, "My idea, I did," and instead of "we." And believe me, other team members see and hear that, and okay, it's your idea before the hackathon, but when you invited other team members to join you, then it's your idea and you work all together. So this is also very important, especially for idea author to change that mindset. And this is a bit related. There is sometimes that this team lead, not team manager or idea author, he acts like the director, and he thinks like those other people's are employees for them. And so this is very important that you are co-creators, co-founders, and you work together. And for idea authors, it is especially, it's important to be a leader, not a manager. Then decision making. Decision making is very interesting discipline during the hackathons. You should make a lot of decisions, and this is one of also the things which you could agree at the beginning, how you will make decisions. So you can say, okay, if we have an issue or the question, let's have on this max 10 minutes, and then we make decision. And how you make decision technically, like the all team members say what they think, but the final say is to team leader. This is just a technique which works really well. But you should ask all team members before. You should listen to the all team members, what they think, where should it go. And this is the next also related point. Trust your people, trust your team members, because I saw that sometimes like the team leader start to control or start to teach designer how to do design, or start to teach developer how to do, how to code, and each of team has his own role, have his own responsibilities, and you should trust. And even if you see that there is kind of he's going on kind of not right direction, probably let even to make that mistake, and then learn together. But make kind of culture that you trust people. They say, okay, you're responsible for design. We will not tell you which colors to use there. Just trust those people. Otherwise, there is a lot of frustration and misunderstanding during that process. Less is more. And when you start on the Friday evening, and there is ideas what you can do, how many features you can add to your product, and you have a long list what you do. And then on the Saturday afternoon, you find out that actually the things are not going so fast, and it takes more time. And then actually the decision making comes in. Then you should say, okay, we should focus on that one thing, make it brilliant, and we will not tell to the pitch that we will sell this to the every segment, but we will choose specifically for the hackathon one specific use case, and we will create our story around it. And this is quite common and an often issue for the teams, when for them it's really hard to select one thing and work on it as a team altogether. Task management. So when you can use different tools. If it's an offline hackathon, then you can use those post-its. If you are on online, then you can use, there is like the Trello, there is a Asana, there is other tools. But it's good to use kind of that simple Kanban style approach, where you see who is doing what, and what are the priorities. So this is just a technique which will help you to structure, first of all, what you do, and the second, you can prioritize. So when you need to focus, you say, okay, we will focus on those specific tasks, and if we will have time, then we will add additional feature or additional information or additional screen, etc., etc., etc. The time management. It's important that you have kind of internal checkpoints. Usually in the hackathons, there are 3 to 4 checkpoints. When you Friday evening, Saturday morning and evening, and Sunday morning, you meet with the organizers and you give simple PPP report, which is like the progress, plans and problems. But it's a short meeting, 10 minutes. You just talk with your mentor to explain what's going on, and probably mentor then can suggest you, okay, you should meet with that mentor, or you should do that. But internally, you should also probably say, okay, let's have kind of status meeting for 5 minutes, just to communicate, just to understand who is doing what, and if everything is going as we plan. Regarding the time in the hackathons, shit happens, and be ready that not everything will start as expected. But in the same time, respect other people's time, be on checkpoints, especially on the organizer checkpoints on time, because everything is actually planned by literally by minutes, even seconds, and those checkpoints is it's very important. Communicate. Of course, you can chat in WhatsApp and in Slack, but like the live communication via Zoom or Teams or Google Hangout, use that. Do not use it probably all the time, but definitely just communication via video gives different perspective. You feel more emotion, and this helps for the team dynamics. Next is talk, and most important, listen to the mentors. I saw many times when a team explains to me what they do, I start to explain them, and then they start to object and try to convince for that they are right. The main point is listen to those experienced people, because they see your idea from different perspective and from perspective of their experience, and they can give you a lot of good ideas. Another interesting thing is, I'm just wondering that in many hackathons, quite many teams do not use mentors. They just come to the checkpoints and they probably talk with one mentor, but mentors are a great opportunity for you, because they're really experts. They have a network. They can introduce to right people, and of course they have their knowledge and professional view on what you are doing. So talk to mentors as much as you can. Use them. So and just talk with them. Another important thing is go out from the building. Okay, in these times, it's probably a bit challenging, but the main idea to the hackathon is to validate that someone needs your product. And as you saw in the more example, they did surveys, they built landing page, they got 50 subscribers, which was a kind of proof that there is some interest on it. And actually, it a bit comes from the hackathons, how they began. And they began many years ago. The hackathons was really for the developers. They developed cool stuff which no one needs. And then right now, hackathons transform that it's you build product, in the same time you look for the business and for the business model. And if you would like to talk about the business model, then you need to validate. It's you do the surveys, you call people, talk with them, and it's important to listen. And there is a various techniques and tools how you can in short time get at least first feedback from your potential customers. Sometimes in the hackathons, teams pretend that they are customers, and they reach out to the competitors and get the great useful information from competitors. So you can also try that approach. But the main thing is the jury and mentors. You will say how you know that someone needs your product. And then you say, we did the research, and let's say 50% say they are interested, and then they face the problem. So that's really important to validate your idea, because if there is validation, it will give you as a team the confidence that you are working on something meaningful. Okay, the next interesting thing, which is kind of a bit new, but specifically for the online hackathons, quite often you need to submit your idea in video format, or you should submit video pitch. And this is new discipline. And there could be great idea, a great prototype, but there could be poor video. And that's why I suggest probably even before to just do research what kind of video tools are there. Usually, at least our hackathons, we always do the picture training where we include that topic. So which tools you can use and etc. But video pitch is very important. How it looks like, how it's edited, is there background music, and etc. etc. And always show prototype. Also in Mo, you saw it was a clickable prototype, and I felt that it's real. And that's otherwise. I saw that there is just a really nice presentation, but there is nothing behind it. And the prototype is what specifically mentors are looking at, and judges also will evaluate your prototype, because the hackathon, in the same time, it's not just a nice business presentation. This technical execution part also is very important. Then evaluation criteria and challenges. Sometimes there is kind of questions. Yeah, we have a great idea, we build great stuff, but when we brief judges, then we say this is the hackathon challenge or theme is that specific team, and sometimes team apply to the hackathon and they build something on but not really related to the hackathon theme. And you should include on your pitch some points and why and how it's related to the hackathon theme. And additional point, also do some research on judges, who they are, where they work, because they are just people, and sometimes you can use right words, right images to also to convince a jury. It's probably the smart part, but it sometimes could help. And yeah, this is one of the ugly things. Be ready for surprises when it comes to winners. Personally, I also participated as a participant in hackathons, and after the pitches, I have my own, like the top 3 list. And when I realized who is the winner, then I was quite surprised. And there could be many reasons for that, because the judges, they are looking from their perspective. Some of them are investor, some of them are from the field, and of course they are looking for inspirational stories, and not those kind of frustrations sometimes came from especially for technical people, because they say, yes, they have just a clickable prototype, but we have real app in the mobile app, phone, and we make really working product, but they have just the kind of clickable prototype. Why they won? And as I said, jury are not looking just for the app. They are looking for great story, for good potential. They are looking how balanced the team is, because normally the winning teams have the prizes. They got funding. They had the fast track tickets to the different acceleration programs, and they value many different aspects of the ideas and teams. So that's why sometimes it's not clear for someone why they, but then the judges normally explains why they. Another important thing, don't forget your friends and family during the hackathon, because it's strange when you 48 hours all weekend you are talking to the computer and you are not talking with your family and with your kids and friends. And what to do here? First of all, explain what it is, what you are doing, and why it's important for you. The second is talk to them. You can find for sure like the 30 minutes, 15 minutes to just drink a coffee or tea and play with your kid, and then everybody will happy. And there could be great first testers. They can then give you feedback. just involve them somehow. But the main thing is inform them that you will busy, that you are doing this hackathon, and then everybody will be happy. And of course, yeah, we are saying it's 48 hours. I think I participated in some hackathons where I slept probably during those 48 hours for 6 hours, like 3 hours one night and 3 hours another night. But it is crazy, because then next week and Monday, Tuesday you are dead. And another thing is when there is a lack of the sleep, actually you lose your concentration. And then I suggest to sleep like at least 5-6 hours. But when you feel like this team dynamic and everybody is working and motivated, and there's adrenaline in your blood. So yeah, it's really engaging event, but in the same time sleep and eat. Okay, let's talk about some mindset things. First of all, hackathon is an emotional ride. This is my hackathon mug, if you see, and this is it. So you will face many different emotions. You will be happy, you will be frustrated, you will be angry, you will be happy. Everything happens in a hackathon, and be ready for that. Enjoy it and be ready for that, and stay a human. That's the main point. Because there is kind of pressure of the hackathons that, yeah, what's happened after the hackathon? You should build something super great, and there should be big money behind it. But in the same time, the hackathon is an experiment where you experiment, you test your ideas, and this is kind of a laboratory where there is the experienced people around you, like the mentors, who can help you to a bit direct you in one or another direction, but still you make decisions and you decide what will grow and what you would like to create. So no super pressure on what's after the hackathon. You should think about it, but still it's an experiment. Then some tools you can take a look before hackathon, and some tools we suggest to use during the hackathon. And there is a lean canvas. There is another tool which is a business model canvas, which is quite similar, but there is some important differences. And we always suggest to use the lean canvas, because how you do this? You start with the problem. Then you say who is your customer, then what is the solution, what you offer them, how you are different, how you will approach your customers, how you will make money, what are your costs, and how will you measure your success. During the workshop, we do a bit detailed explanation what it is, but this is a great tool, just kind of framework to be in kind of structured approach what you are doing. And this tool is also great to split the tasks, especially between the business people. One of the team members who is, let's say, the marketing, looks on the channels. Another are looking on the existing alternatives or competition, and etc. and etc. etc. So this also gives you kind of the task list what you should do. Then another important thing, it is very, very important, especially when you go to the checkpoints or you meet with the mentor. So the mentor will come and meet you, and the first question is, okay, tell me what you do. And then there starts many different things. We are building app, and then they try explain everything in, I don't know, 10, 20 long sentences. Actually, you should explain your idea in one sentence. You should say that your solution helps that customer who would like to save money, and that's it. So we also give in the workshop kind of short instructions how to build your value proposition statement in one sentence, which is clear for everyone. And it will help you to clarify what you are doing, what you are building, who is your customer, what are their gains, what are their pains, and what they try to accomplish. So this is another great tool to use during the hackathon and to make structured statement, value proposition statement. Then the third great thing is to define the persona. Who is your ideal buyer? How old is he or she? What he do? What are the motivation for that person? Because this will help then you to do the surveys, to design things, to create a presentation. Just you define who is your customer, but this is more to understand who is the customer as a person and what's important for that specific person in general. And then there is a lot of great tools which you will definitely learn during the hackathon. New tools, new templates. So also during the hackathons, we usually provide the list of those tools which you can use. And many people, one of the points which they point out after the hackathon, during the surveys, they say, "Oh, I learned a lot of new interesting tools, methods, and it was really useful." Okay, imagine the hackathon is over. What to do? And first of all, celebrate, even if you didn't come to the first place. Celebrate. Okay, these days it's not easy to celebrate, but still celebrate. You did it. But do not set this what's next meeting after the hackathon. Wait 1 or 2 days, because on the Sunday afternoon you all are busy, not busy, but you are tired. Emotions are in high level, lack of sleep, too much coffee, and then you cannot act in pragmatic way. And that's why I made that mistake myself. I tried at the Sunday afternoon to agree on everything, who is doing next, and what are the tasks, and that was the big mistake. Let a bit emotions come down, and then agree on additional meeting a few days after the hackathon, and then you will have good things in your mind. I saw some people who are so excited about the hackathon results, and they thought that, oh, we are in the first place, and I will quit my job and I will start a startup life. From my experience, I could say startup life is not easy. It's quite challenging. So instead of quitting your job, bootstrap. So start with small things. But in the same time, you can get these days a lot of the support from pre-acceleration programs, incubators, seed investors, and of course from your friends, family, and fans. So, but wait a minute, and do not probably quit your job right after the hackathon. But if you are so sure that this is the right thing, do that. Okay, let's talk like in the final about some benefits. So why participate in hackathon in general? You can win something, and sometimes you can win even the cash. But we as the WindHackers, we are not the fan of the cash prize, because this actually could also lead to the problems. Because imagine there is like the 5 people in the team, and then there is a cash prize, and then it comes to the tricky discussions. Yeah, but I did more than you, and you didn't participate at all 3 days, and then it starts. The same could be with some gadgets. I remember we won hackathon. We were there, I think, 6 people, and there was one iPod Pro for the team, and there was wired discussion about how we can split it between the team. Okay, finally we found a solution, but still, this is kind of ugly situations. But in good situations, if team is working very well, then cash prices are split even. The gadgets, it depends on the sponsors probably. There is the price for all team members, but you can win the stuff. But in the same time, when we do the survey after the hackathon, usually around just 3% say that the motivation to come to the hackathon was the prize and cash and etc. The next why come to the hackathon, you will learn a lot. New skills, new methods, new tools, and believe me, probably most important, you will learn a lot about yourself. You will learn new things, and this is very, very useful. Then another great thing is networking. Hackathon is the place, as I said before, there is doers. There are people who came here to do stuff and not to talk. And this is the good people to have around. And I met at the hackathon my co-founder. I met customer. I met employee. I met good mentors and very interesting people. I make friends through the hackathons. For me, probably networking is most important and useful thing why I participated in those hackathons. But that's not all. My story is that 5 years ago, so I'm from Latvia. I met Yuri, who is from Russia, in the hackathon in the Belgium. And after the hackathon, we founded a startup. And after that, we went through the boot camp, and then we went through the pre-acceleration program. We got first funding, we got first paying customers, we fail and learn a lot. But our story started really at the hackathon. So we built the company Botwiser, which built chatbots or virtual assistants. And more in detail, we choose very attractive industries for these times. Event chatbot and hotel chatbot, who helps to improve customer experience. And right now we have another challenge, another pivot, what to do. But this is another story. But just I'm a real example that after the hackathon you can really build something great and real. And there is another big company. It's a Zapier, which helped to automate the communication between different web app platforms. And the idea started a hackathon, and the current valuation of that company is $5 billion. So this is another example that it's really could happen. And the last thing, have fun at the hackathons. And I'd like to show another video just from Sport Hack, how people. Okay, so this is some tips and tricks from my side, and probably you are interested. Okay, I'm ready to try. I'm ready to go to hackathons, and I will tell about a few hackathons you can go. First of all, next weekend there is the second edition of the SaxHack online hackathon, and there is the three main themes is the privacy, education, health, but of course it's related to the tech. So if you are interested, just go to the WindHackers website or saxhack.co and you will find all the information about this hackathon. Then I can announce that we are working on two another great hackathons. One of them is the media hack. It's all about the media. Also, if you go to the WindHackers website, and there is kind of a manifesto or why we organize this hackathon and why it's important. And another hackathon also coming soon, because of the COVID, the plans changes. So, but it will be all about the robots, artificial intelligence, automation. So will be another great hackathon. Then there is a two hackathons from Hogeschool. Also next weekend there will be the hackathon Hack the Waste. People will find solutions for the waste challenges we facing in these days. And in the April, there will be another hackathon which Banco Hogeschool or BA is involved. It's the Hack Office. This will be 24-hour hackathon. So all the hacks and challenges you can imagine in the office. And also in April, there will be hackathon about the mobility, also organized here in Riga. So if you have a great idea about how to improve mobility in the cities, then this is the great hackathon where you can go and build the real solutions. And the Riga city is involved in this hackathon, so you will be able to talk really with the experts from the field and validate your idea and probably get your first pilot project. So another great hackathon in the town. So at the end, you think, oh, should I go? And it's 48 hours. Actually, you should challenge yourself, and then you will then realize that you can become almost everything. So test yourself on the hackathons, your idea, and learn, network, and stay human, and keep your mind open. Okay, that's all from my side. We are living in challenging times, so keep distance, but let's stay together. And right now I'm ready for your questions and comments. I will just check Q&A. So in a Zoom and also in a Facebook Live, you can write your questions, and we right now will check them out.
Karlis, while you are looking whether there are some questions already, first of all, let me say, amazing story. And you are a great storyteller. And it's not
Thank
just a story like a fairy tale, it's a story from your real life. And that's what I appreciate. As a student, as a program director, and you are a student, I could say you already earned some credit points, just motivating others to become innovators and to make sure that everyone wants to try it. And this is how I felt that, yes, this is a time when everyone has this opportunity just to go and to do it. While you are looking for some questions, I just want to say that, not always it's true that you can eat and sleep. Yes, you must eat, but during 24 hours hackathon, what we are organizing also with international students from other universities, students are not allowed to sleep. In case they really can't do anymore, then they have to agree within the team for how many minutes each of them can go and take a nap, power nap. So during 24 hours, it's most of the time, then guys, you have to be up, but believe me, everything is okay. Then the next day you are a little bit busy, but it's also fine. But Karlis, have you recognized that hackathons are structured and based on the methods, what we call, and we are also teaching students how to use this method within the project management called design thinking.
Yes.
Do you agree somehow? somehow, right?
I can definitely say there is an elements of design thinking, and it's I would say it's a design sprint, because I also design sprinter, and there is a lot of elements. What is in the what's the difference is that there is like this the big interesting part is this team formation, and there if there is a new team, then it takes some time to make this team alignment, set the goals, understand who is doing what, focus on things. And actually all those things which I mentioned, it's not just applicable to the hackathon, it's applicable to the every business. Because if we analyze those 3 days, then you will face all those things in every startup or every classical business, where you start with just an idea, then there is kind of team, you should define what we are doing, who is doing what, you should be on time, you should respect, you should be human, and etc. All those disciplines and all those things is necessary for your business, and you probably you don't recognize, especially if you are the first or second time in the hackathon, but you learn by doing those things. And of course you make mistakes, it's sure. Even if you listen to such a presentation, you will make those mistakes. Probably you will recognize them earlier, but still, but failing is good. We should all remember that there is, when you were a kid, there was no case you can take a bike and just step on and go. There was a lot of tries and tries and tries, and one day then it happened.
Exactly.
It happened.
Exactly, and you have to try, and then you will learn if you fail. If you don't fail, then you are not sure that you are learning. But what I want to point out that during this time, you also pointed out many great things again, which were available when we were living in a past, a normal world. Yeah. Now, when we are living in a digital, virtual world, it's a little bit different. But I just want to say that, guys, do not be afraid that teams you can form very easily. And our BA School of Business and Finance, Bangkok School, were the first ones who started these virtual hackathons more than 3 years ago. We were invited by partners in Leuven, and students from many international universities already started to do that. At the beginning, it was like shock. How could we make this team virtually? But it is possible. It is possible with all those tools, communication channels. Of course, it's nicer and much better if you at least have some days or hours when your team meeting your teammates within the team, and then you can get to know each other, and then you jump in within those 24 hours. For example, tonight, for those students, if any of them may be listening, who has applied for this Hack the Waste International Hackathon, tonight we are having the first meeting when teammates will meet each other. So they will have a few assignments that they have to get a team name, they have to get to know each other, ice-breaking session, and then they have to formulate and choose the tools of communication. Yeah, everything is possible now using this, correct?
And if we came back to this failing, then the hackathon is an environment, and there is a people who accept that the failing is a part of the learning. In real life, you will be scared to probably to call that customer or build that stuff or whatsoever. Here, this is the part of the journey, and experiment is the part of the hackathon. So then we have the question.
Karlis, you have a question, yeah.
Yeah, how design thinking addresses user validation. So if you come to the design thinking, then the first of all, we come to the persona, where we draw the persona, who or she is, where he or she lives. This is the first part. Then for the design thinking, you draw customer journey. So how the customer discover you, then how he learn about your product, how he starts to use, how he come back, and at the end, how he will promote or say other people about your service or product. And all this process is visually designed. You can design it. And when you put in this design language, then it's easier to understand for everyone, for team members, for mentors, for judges, and it's easier after that to build the prototype. So that's why design thinking is kind of, I would say, the validation is a part of design thinking, because normally through the design thinking or design sprint process, you do the user interviews, show them the prototype, get the feedback, and actually this is the mostly the turning point, because you build something and then you show it to the customers, and then there's this aha moment. Aha, this works and this doesn't. Because sometimes everything for us as the builders looks like it's easy to use, easy to understand, and then you show it your app or your solution to the elderly people or to the kid, and he saw it absolutely from different perspective. And this is very important. Identify such things at the beginning when you build a product. Otherwise, you will invest a lot of time and money. You will build something and no one will use it. And yeah, in Hackathon, you can easily and fast test your assumptions and hypotheses.
Thank you, Karlis. I don't know, is there any other questions somewhere? Because from my side, I feel we have given and you have given so much information and so detailed.
There was a lot of information, yeah, a lot of slides.
But very, very useful. And I'm glad that you are recording this. So we are going to place it again in a BA OpenLab Facebook as well. Yeah. So those who missed it, they will have opportunity to check and to learn what does it really mean. And sometimes not just for students, I mean, for institution representatives, for companies, or even for academics, it's very interesting. And if they haven't participated, this is a great information channel now. Source of information where it could be found.
There is another great question. I partly answered on that, but I will say answer to this question once again. So what is usually happening with the hackathon teams after the hackathon? And at least in our hackathons, but many times in other hackathons too, we have partners. Like after the sport hack, several teams went to the pre-acceleration and business incubators, and a few of teams even went directly to the seed investors. After the sex hack, 3 teams went to the Startup Wise Guys pre-acceleration and after acceleration program. So it not always mean that the winners just go to those acceleration programs. Sometimes jury select the one team and investors select a different team where they probably the team which one was with good story, social impact, and etc. But investors look from a different perspective on things, and they say, okay, we will give chance to that idea, but probably not idea. They saw something in their team, because in this stage, that the most critical is the team. You could have a brilliant idea. If there is no team behind it who can deliver that, then it's not worst. But if you see that there is a super team who can do great things, and probably idea in that time is not so good for many reasons, but team is really motivated and they work well together, then they can build anything. And that's why,
if I may add, not always it's connected with like business development. For example, during the first virtual hackathon in Latvia, which was organized last year when COVID has started, the first one was in Estonia, and then Latvians also did it following Estonians. And one of the results was the great initiative Paliec Mājās, Stay Home. And so the virtual platform was developed and mobile app was developed. And I also became a volunteer who had helped those people who needed some help at home.
Lilita.
So there was a great social influence.
It was not a mobile app developed. Say it was a platform to help people to stay at home.
Well, yeah, kind of, but it helped people really to manage their groceries, their dog taking out and all of that. Anyway, Karlis, I have to wrap up from my side because I really have to join Leuven University and our students. But from my side, I would like to say thank you again. And if there are some still questions coming in, you answer. And also, I would like you to invite to follow our hackathons and also to become at once a coach or mentor, not just a participant. Promise?
I promise. If we will have a time, I always ready to help. Okay.
Right. Now it's professionally.
I think it's
Promise.
I think it's. If you have any questions, you can find us on the social media website. Just send a message, and we are always open to help with any suggestion. And so I will say thank you for everyone. I see one question. Okay, so yeah, if there will be additional questions, I will go through them and answer. So like us, share us, have a wonderful evening, and see you on the hackathons. See you on the other places, and stay in good mood, and see you soon. Thank you.
Stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you.